the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a ghost writer. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire. Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity, I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion. 1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots.
Open your eyes. The world is full of lies. We got to open up our eyes as a people, right? Bars, right? Play that first video. Y'all gonna see the first lie that is all over the world, throughout the earth. And people love to believe it. Play it.
Hasidic men wear clothing depending on their age and stage in life.
Gosh.
Up until age 3, Hasidic boys have no special clothing. But at age
Now, look at this. Hasidic. It sound like
Make me sick.
make me sick. Yeah. Age 3. Now watch this. All this stuff they go through right now. This stuff ain't biblical, y'all.
Ain't biblical at all.
Up to age 3, ain't no specific clothes, right? Okay. Play it.
3, boys have a first haircut ceremony, and they get side curls, a yarmulke on their heads, and the fringes garment.
The what?
Fringes garment.
So look at this. Now watch this. Watch this. Give me that in Numbers chapter 15. So they don't start wearing fringes until age of 3 and beyond.
Amazing.
Where God say that at?
Bruh.
Numbers 15, start at verse 38.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Now it don't. How do they come up with the number 3? Who told? Where did God tell you that? Where did He tell you to say, "Hey, you know what? 3 years old, start making them look like an Israelite"?
But God never spoke to them.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. That's what it is. Before that, you can do whatever you want to with them, but when they hit 3, that's when they got to start looking like an Israelite.
When I read throughout their generations, I read from when they're born.
There you go. Fresh out.
Fresh out.
Yep. Exactly right. Go back to it.
At age 13, boys have a bar mitzvah ceremony,
Stop.
and then
What?
What? Wait a minute.
Where these damn what's that one people where these Amish hats come from?
That's what it is. The Amish hat.
What the hell is this?
These Amish hats come from, man.
Bruh.
13?
Right.
Give me that in Numbers chapter 1. Go ahead, Cap, bring it out. Numbers chapter 1 from where God say you a man at 13?
What the hell is this? 1 and 18.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward.
Because that's when you become a man.
Yeah.
That's when you can go to war. That's when you are a man according to God. 20 years old. Where they get 13 from?
The
That
world,
sound like some
open your
pedophile
eyes, man.
stuff.
The world is full of lies.
That sounds like some pedophile stuff.
There
You
you
say
go.
that this
That's-
little 13-year-old boy grown and can do whatever he wants to. They have a whole bar mitzvah, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, because remember they have it for the boys and the girls too.
on.
Bar
Oh,
mitzvah, yeah.
Okay.
Girls can have bar mitzvahs too.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
they
where
do
them
for both
black
of them.
Hebrew Israelites get that you can
There
sex
you
at
go.
13.
There you
Read
go.
verse 3 for me. Read verse 3.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel.
So that's when you are grown a man.
Yeah. That's it right there. Wait, I don't know where I get 13. Run it back a little bit and play it, man. Go ahead.
ceremony, and then they start to wear a white shirt at all
Pause it.
times.
Where does this stuff come from?
White shirt at all times.
Who made this up?
Book of Satan. I'm telling you straight up.
Dang. Get that in
That's what it
Deuteronomy, man. 33.
So I just looked it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says bar mitzvah means son of the commandments. That's what the name bar mitzvah
So
Where?
bar mitzvah means son of the commandments, meaning that you don't start keeping whatever commandments until you're 13.
Yeah.
So all before that, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah.
They've been doing whatever they want to anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
do it
do
all
it
the
after
time, right?
that.
The stuff you see right now. All, white shirts only. No cut. White shirts only. Deuteronomy 33:29, man. Let me tell you this right there. I'm gonna show your scripture. Go ahead, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord.
Who's like us? I'm going to show you why who's like us. Keep reading.
The shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency? And thine enemies shall be found liars.
Found what?
Found liars.
Look at that in Psalm chapter 50. Watch this. This is why I talk about, pull that, y'all can pull the image back up, put us in the box. This is why I talk about your enemies found liars. Wear a white shirt at all times. Okay, read Psalms 50, read verse 2.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 2.
Yeah.
Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty.
God said is what?
The perfection of beauty.
What a perfection of beauty of just wearing one single color all the time. You don't read that in the scriptures. Ezekiel chapter 16. You don't read that in the scriptures where it said just wear a white shirt at all times when you in captivity, because that's what they say. We're in mourning. That's why we wear black and shit. I can't tell. You got all this money that you need. Hell, you dropping bombs on people. But look what God say about clothing. 16:10.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 10. I clothe thee also with broidered work.
Where's that in the white shirts at? Where's that stuff at? White shirt all the time? Where the broidered work at, God say? Read on.
And shod thee with badger skin. And I girded thee about with fine linen. And I covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments. And I put bracelets upon thy hands. And a chain on thy neck.
Where you see all that with just a white shirt and a black hat and black coat? You don't see that. Keep reading.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
Read on.
And thy raiments was of fine linen.
Read.
And silk and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful.
We was what?
Exceeding beautiful.
No, we was plain as hell in a white shirt.
Exceeding beautiful.
Go ahead.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Now watch this. This is how you know this world is full of lies. We got to open up our eyes. Verse 14.
And thy renown.
Your fame.
Went forth among the heathen for thy beauty.
For thy what?
Thy beauty.
And because of what?
For it was perfect.
It was what?
Perfect.
Now you tell me who is envying white shirts, black
Nobody.
shirts. Nobody. I don't see nobody following that trend.
Stop.
Not even
Probably the priest.
Let me get one scripture. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 3.
Nobody to this day follow that.
Right? Read that. Genesis 37 and verse 3.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
So Israel loved Joseph, right? Read.
Because he was the son of his old age.
And
he made him a coat of many colors.
Oh, man. Damn.
But they got a black coat. Israel gave Joseph a coat of many colors.
They ain't got that spirit of, they ain't got that style of in their soul to do nothing.
No,
like
they
that,
can't even rock that thing.
Can't do that, man.
They'll look like a clown. Damn, Joseph came out looking fresh.
We done had that. You know what we call that coat? We called it cross colors.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted one of them damn coats back in the day. We can do that. It's in our soul. Even in our wickedness, we can make all many colors. We're going to make this look fly right here.
Yeah, they used to
call
wear
it an
today.
8-ball jacket.
They even wear today. It's got green, black, red, all of that stuff.
Yeah, we make it match.
Hey, Carl, let me two quick precepts. Give me 2 Ezra 3, verse 36, and Isaiah 63:19. Two quick precepts.
Y'all know they're going to give us a strike for this one, buddy. Get it out while you can.
Get it out. Get it all out.
all praise.
2 Ezra chapter 3, verse 36.
Wait.
Thou shalt find that Israel by name has kept thy precepts.
The only one that can keep the precept is the children of Israel, the so-called black Hispanic in Native America. It's in our spirit. It's not something you stole and you think you can do it. It's our heritage. Right?
But not the heathen.
Not the so-called Jewish people, the one that wish to be the Jew.
The best they can do, hey man, just put on a white shirt, black hat. Yeah, that's it, man. Rock that.
Yeah. Give me the one. Give me the one in Isaiah 63:19. Because they're always trying to steal our heritage, but they cannot do it. It's something so simple. Just read and apply.
Got to be in your spirit. God got to put it there.
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 19.
Read.
We are thine.
We are thine.
thou never bearest rule over
God
them.
never ruled over any other nation but the children of Israel.
that's right.
Wait,
They were not called by thy
they were
name.
never called the
There you
Jews.
go. There
We
you
are
go.
the real Jews.
Hey,
Not
hey,
them.
And to land back off of they was never called by thy name, the princes of God,
Yeah.
they ain't got style like princes.
Nah.
But best they can do is look like a damn lowly servant,
There
black
you
and
go.
white. That's it.
Keep that same energy.
They ain't got that Prince swag in them. I ain't talking about Purple Rain either. Not that Minnesota.
And God says many colors represented virginity as well, right? They damn black and white like Masons or some junk. Give me 2 Samuel 13:18. 2 Samuel 13 and verse 18. Read
2
that.
Samuel chapter 13 and verse 18.
And this is talking about Tamar.
And she had a garment of diverse colors upon her.
Uh-huh.
For with such robes were the king's daughters.
The who?
The king's daughters
Royalty. Read.
that were virgins apparelled.
So all the king's daughters, all the royalty, the princesses were clothed in diverse colored dresses to signify purity, virginity. The hell y'all doing?
What are you doing? Go back to it. Let's play that. Play that video.
A wool version of the fringes, the one with the dark stripes, as well as a full dark suit and a hat when they go out or when they pray. They also start to carry the talus bottle, the bag that looks like a pillow, and they have their prayer accessories like the phylacteries inside. Upon marriage, men start to wear a big fur hat for special occasions.
Man, this is
Either
crazy.
they wear the strimal or the spudded. The hats look kind of similar. Some men also put on white socks and knickers for special occasions after marriage. All men start to pray after marriage with a prayer shawl. For more on Hasidic clothing, watch my deep dive on YouTube.
Man, y'all keep watching. Now look, they won't strike at it. Nothing. They won't strike that. Yeah, strike that. Give me that revelation. Well, matter of fact, let's move on because I got other stuff on that. Let's go to that next thing that I got in there, man. Go to the next thing. Yep, let's read that. Let's see what they people said about them. Go ahead. Let's read the green part.
Should this turn out to be the case,
Well, let's start up a little high. Read that whole paragraph. This was written.
the Lord.
This was written.
This was written before the full extent of the Holocaust was known. But that does not alter the fact that the large majority of surviving Jews in the world of Eastern Europe
is of Eastern European
and thus perhaps mainly of Khazar origin.
Khazar, go ahead.
If so, this would mean that their ancestors came not from the Jordan, but from the Volga, not from Canaan, but from the Caucasus.
From the Caucasus Mountains. Caveman. Go ahead. They dress like it. You can see it. Go ahead.
No swag.
Once believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race, and that genetically they are more closely related to the Hun, Uyghur, and Magyar tribes than the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Read on.
Should this turn out to be the case,
which it is,
then the term anti-Semitism would become void of meaning.
That's why they hold on. That's why they ban your videos, strike your channels. They don't want that truth to come out. Go ahead.
right.
That's why they killed him. Go ahead.
Based on a misapprehension shared by both the killers and their victims. The story of the Khazar Empire, as it slowly emerges from the past, begins to look like the cruelest hoax which history has ever perpetrated.
But God sent us in these last days to rewrite the history and turn the world right side up.
That's right.
Give me that next book on sex and race and what it says about the ancient Israelites.
Sex and races, Negro Caucasian mixing in all ages and all lands by J.A. Rogers.
Oh, was another page on that? Go back one. Yeah, let's read that. Read the top of that appendix.
Appendix 5. Some implications, Israel and
diaspora. Bless your heart. Bless his heart.
The state of Israel's right to exist. But that right is not based on the hypothetical.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Ruben.
That's that West Palm
Amazing.
Beach,
Go ahead, Ruben.
The state of Israel's right to exist.
We bless your heart. Go ahead.
But that right is not based on the hypothetical origins of the Jewish people, nor on the mythological covenant of Abraham with God.
So it's saying based on the Bible is what they're saying. Go ahead.
It is based on international law.
Go ahead.
i.e. on the United Nations decision in 1947 to partition Palestine.
Go to get that in Joel. So he's telling you, them ain't the people, because the people of God didn't dress like that.
Right.
Abraham wasn't dressed like that. He wasn't looking like, he didn't dress up Isaac in a hat like that with no socks. He did not do that.
White shirt.
Isaac had a coat of many colors. It wasn't just black.
Right.
No bird nest.
Nah, the United Nations had to put them there to get that in that country. God wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah.
Go
Beaver
there.
hat.
Read that, Joel. What I want, Joel 2.
Joel chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall
3.
3 and verse.
3 and verse 2. Yep.
3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the
Through
nations
slavery. Go ahead.
and parted my land.
Now you know who that was. That was United Nations that made that prophecy come to pass. God, now we got the history and match it with it. Now them lies that's being told about who's the real people of God,
Right.
man, we ain't believing that stuff no more. We know who we are. Thus saith the Lord. Now read that next book, Sex and Race. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, let's read that and see what the history books say about the ancient people. But the earliest?
But the earliest Jews were in all probability Negroes.
That's right. Black folk.
Abraham, their ancestor, is said to have come from Chaldea, and the ancient Chaldeans were black.
Now let's see what it say. Keep reading.
The Chaldees, says Higgins, were originally Negroes.
Jump to the next underlined part. It is even possible.
It is even possible that the Jews originated not in Asia,
Nope.
but in Africa.
In the blackest place on the planet, because Israel is in Northeast Africa.
So it ain't possible. It is.
It is. Go ahead.
Gerald Massey has advanced considerable argument and proof of that theory.
Now, you see how a white man be having proof, but when it comes to who the real people of God is, that proof is no longer true. It's a lie now. But they have proof for everything else they believe, except who are the people of God.
Right.
That white man lied right here.
Right.
No, it ain't how it goes. Keep reading.
Whatever was the original color of the Jews, they lived for more than 4 centuries among the Negroid
Among the who?
Egyptians. The Negroid Egyptians.
Now, I'm glad that he said that whatever color they was. Now, let's see. Let's go to the pictures and let's see what they painted about the Jews in Rome. Let's see what color they paint. Damn! They sure do look black to me.
Even the angel.
Even the angel.
That's right.
That's Adam and Eve getting put out. Keep reading. I'll go to the next image. There you go right there. Black is all outdoors. The angels black as well.
And they wearing white garments.
And wearing white garments, so they knew how to mix the colors. Hell, even you see where the angel wing is? You see how that's pink right there?
Right.
So they knew how to make pink if they was actually white folk. And they ain't just, oh man, we ain't got no other color to paint Adam and Eve, man. Just make them brown. Nope, they knew how to make pink. You can see it right there where that wing is. All right, go to the next ones. That's King Solomon right there. And Isaiah. Go ahead. King David with the Bible. Next one. Now that's Samson fighting the lion. He done killed one. He fighting the other one to beat the Philistines. That may show he was brown. That's in Rome. The catacombs. So they knew what color the ancient Jews were. So when that book says that they was black, oh yeah, that's telling the truth right there.
Yep.
And the Bible backs it up. Right? Now here's some more lies that's out here in this damn world, man. We got to sheesh. Oh my goodness. This make you angry because this is hitting right at home, man. And our people getting fed this lie every damn week. Hell, every day on YouTube.
Right.
Play that video. Look at this. Drop that.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them,
it right
but no
there.
multiplication.
Stop. God dang, you don't even help the poor?
Cap.
Go ahead, Cap.
In the street, a dude once said, you can't make money giving money away. That's what the passage is.
That's it. That's a pimp right there.
He said the game is to be sold.
Damn.
Not
That's
what he saying.
That's a pimp right there.
That's some pimp stuff. Because he said you're gonna get the money to the poor, but ain't gonna be no multiplication on your
that's it. So get that in Matthew. It's coming to my head.
Boy, no way.
Man, Matthew. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man? Y'all got your X-Files on, Professor X, man. What you got, Officer Pedro?
17.
Matthew 17. Let's see. Go ahead and read what you got.
That's all you got.
Rich
Got a
man.
chapter.
Is it 19?
Oh, no, you missed it. Okay. Matthew chapter 5. Is that what I want? Let me see. Bear with me, y'all. Matthew chapter 5, and I want you to read verse 19.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least
No, Matthew 5, verse 6:19. Okay, 6:19.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Go ahead.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So he's only worried about getting treasure here upon earth. That's why he said if you give, you ain't no multiplying with it. He ain't worried about nothing that God got in store for him. He want all of his payment right now. Christ didn't teach it, man. Go ahead, Officer Padilla.
Laying back on that, let me get Luke chapter 12, read verse 21, because, all these pastors, they want riches here. Let's read that.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 21. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God.
God said you ain't rich, you broke.
You broke as hell, bro.
Your spirit broke.
That's it.
Hey, Cap, real quick,
Go ahead.
Act 12. Because he said he want recompense right now.
Yeah.
From if you help a poor man, the poor man cannot help him.
Yeah.
But guess what? He doesn't understand God can help you.
So rock.
Read that.
Chapter
1 and 2.
Chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it. So shall thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Let's see who you gotta help.
Do good to the godly man.
Read.
And thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from
If
him,
it's not from him because he's poor,
yet from the Most High.
God will give it. They have no choice, no faith in God.
None
And
at all.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now run it back all the way to the beginning. I want to hear it from the top again. I want to make sure the people hear this. Go ahead.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offerings.
Boom, there you go.
When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself.
Damn! Stop it, man. Go ahead, Cap. Wow.
Acts 4. Let's get Acts 4.
There you go. That's the one.
Acts 4.
Boy,
34.
Acts chapter 4, verse 34. Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Why? Because the people gave of their abundance. And who did they give it to, Reed?
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them and brought the prices of the things that were sold and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
They got the money, gave it to the leaders. And what did the leaders do?
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Now, Pastor Jones over here say every time that the people need something, the church give it to them.
Yeah.
And now he trying to say that that's wrong. But that's what the Bible told us to do in the first place.
Right. This dude said, hey, let's go to the law on that. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 7. Let's start there because he said, if you give to the poor, there ain't no blessing in that. You only going to get back what you gave them or some BS, crazy. Whatever he said. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
What does God say do?
Thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother.
God says not to shut your hand from thy poor brother, read.
But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him.
To what?
Wide unto him.
Give him as he needs, read.
And shall surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he wanteth.
Jump to verse 10.
Verse 10, thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him.
Because that dude right there sound like it's a grievous thing to give to the poor.
Yeah.
Right? But watch this.
Because that for this thing,
for giving to the poor, giving what they need that they're insufficient in,
the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works.
You do get a blessing, huh?
You do get a blessing. He just said you don't get a blessing. He is blaspheming the word of God, saying that pretty much steering the whole church on giving away, not giving to the poor, leaving them out there to rot or whatever. God says give them. Do not harden thy heart against them, because if you do give to them, he's going to bless you.
So don't love your neighbor as you love yourself.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You want multiplication right away.
Not unless you're going to get something back. That's what he's saying. Go back. We're playing that video
because
again, man.
Because where he started at is verse 11. Read that, verse 11.
Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 11. For the poor shall never cease out of the land.
That's where he started at. He said, he snapped his hand and said,
put it in my hand.
He said, the poor will always be with you. Yeah, but don't give. But verse 10 says something different than what you said.
That's how you know he's being deceitful.
Yeah.
There you go.
He started at 11, and then don't read the whole thing. Don't go up.
We read it earlier that the rich got to be there for the people.
Yeah, absolutely it.
Let's go back. Play that video, man.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication.
Amazing.
Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself.
Man, this is selfish. Pause it real quick. I want to say that real quick, man. Christianity is selfish as hell, man.
Get it on the head.
Man.
Don't help nobody unless you get something in return. Well, wait a minute. Didn't Christ die for the sinners, the ungodly, that didn't give him nothing in return? He didn't get nothing for his death. What? And you go into church today saying, hey, man, don't give nothing unless you're going to get something in return.
Yeah. Don't forget, he fed what? Thousands of people.
Thousands.
Fed thousands, healed thousands of people.
He wanted to give to the church for the tithe offering. That's when you get multiplication. Not when you're helping the poor.
No.
Unbelievable.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Run it back some. Make sure we get all his words.
His words going to condemn him.
Poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you. Read your Bible.
Wow, look at that. He know they ain't gonna read it. That's a charlatan
Charity does not bring wealth.
Damn.
Oh, wait a minute.
Pause it.
Did you
something hit your cap? Go ahead, man.
Hit it.
Get it.
1 Corinthians 13.
Bring it out.
He bad, ain't he? You niggas give it away, buddy. Look at that bow in here. As he got a damn Burberry or Versace, whatever the hell that Gucci shirt he got on.
Louis Vuitton.
What that Mr. Belvedere sweater? Whatever. He ain't even matching.
He said charity does not bring wealth. Come on now. 1 Corinthians 13, I need 4 and 5. And there's a point in 5.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself.
Well, that's what he damn sure doing. Vaunting himself. I gave you and I didn't get nothing. Go ahead.
Is not puffed up.
He is puffed up, but this the point, read.
Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own.
Seeketh not what?
Not her own.
Seeketh not what?
Not her own.
So you worried about you when your brother or your sister sitting next to you in need.
Yep.
You seeking your own. That's not charity.
He's saying you giving too much money to the poor people.
Right.
Give it to me.
Yeah, not enough coming in. What's going on? I'm shouting.
You shut on my money.
Boy, ain't no way. Boy.
Run it back, man.
Yeah, wrong with you.
Go ahead.
Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to preach on it.
Then it went to the Bible. That's crazy, man.
I just noticed that, Cap. Behind him, that's the dollar print. That's money print.
Damn,
Are you serious, man?
It looked like it. It looked
No,
like
don't
it.
say that.
It looked like it.
It looked like it. That's wheat. I think that's wheats. Wheat in water or something.
Oh, okay. We was gonna have to find that church, man.
Spiritually, it could be tares behind it.
Yeah. That's what it looked like a little bit. It do. Yeah. Go to Tobit, man. Let's get some wisdom from Tobit, man, on giving, man. Tobit chapter 4 and verse 7. Tobit 4 and 7. Let's see what he say.
Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious.
Let not thy eye be envious. Go ahead.
Neither turn thy face from any poor.
From any poor. Don't turn your face away from them, God says. Read.
And the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
So what he's saying, he's going to get the face of God turned away from people because he said, if I give you this, what am I getting in return?
That's some evil.
Man, that's evil as hell, man. That's no charity. It's no loving your neighbor like you love yourself. It's none of that. It's selfish, man. Read. Go ahead, officer.
You can't even, God said you can't even let your brother borrow money with interest.
Right.
But you want something in return.
That's crazy, man.
That's exactly what he said. You only gonna get back what you got.
Yeah.
I need my interest.
That's what he wants. Evil as hell, man. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little.
He's making people afraid to give according to that little because they ain't going to receive nothing in return.
Right.
This is that damn teaching for hire that these pastors do where they make it seem that only tithes, sowing a seed is where you get stuff back. And people believe that stuff, man, and give they whole checks, half they damn checks, give a third of their damn savings to them so they can keep driving and being fancy and things, and then they'll go on talk shows like he did with Cam, what was that dude's name?
Newton.
Cam Newton, and say, oh, I don't take no money from the church. I got book deals. I got properties over here. I'm a businessman. I got that. He said that. But they don't never tell you how they got them book deals, how they got them properties and all that. All that stuff came from the people giving 10% they tithes, which you ain't supposed to be giving no more. Because remember, they say, we not under the law of Moses no more. But you always talking about give some damn tithes.
What's that? Rugrats. You got some explaining.
You got some explaining to do.
That's right.
And also, what does Christ say too? Christ says, he says, give and expect nothing in return.
Yeah.
Where's that at? Where's that spirit at in Christianity? That's why Christianity teaches black folk to be selfish. That's why when they leave that church, they go back to their hoods and everybody is only worried about themselves. That's why somebody down the street kill your neighbor, your mouth shut, you ain't worried about nothing.
That's why they say it's about your personal relationship.
There you go.
Yep.
That's it. And they do it. And I'm telling you, the world's full of lies. Open your eyes. They do more crazy ass zesty stuff.
Oh, man.
Here's the king of zesty in Christianity right now, man.
Yeah, he Levi.
He said, nah, don't say it. That's all day.
I
don't want to say that.
I don't know what
Stop
it is,
it.
but I have to preempt it with
Run to the wolf.
I love y'all.
Throw him to the wolf.
Be Benji.
Oh, no.
He
They
might
ain't going
be.
to throw him to
He
Benji.
might be, yeah.
Judah damn show ain't claiming him.
Oh, Judah
We
ain't
don't-
claiming them?
Nope.
Oh, y'all rather them cats and dogs in?
Go ahead, play that video.
Oh yeah, he Benji. Nah, he got on Benji pants. The tight.
Look at this.
What the hell is this poor guy
That
doing?
little ass coat.
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Hey.
That's zesty. Look at that. That's zesty.
His face. Yeah.
What gospel song would have you like that on stage?
Right.
Doing the James Brown and I don't know what else. And then why the tight ass jeans? Them jeans was tight.
Those are leggings.
Like
That's leggings.
yeast infection type. Kurt Franklin got a yeast infection. Got that tight shirt on underneath. It's just
Now we got to bring out scriptures about men being modest.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That's what the world's come to, y'all. It's not all right to dress like that, move like that as a man. No, you got to show thyself a man.
That's right.
Give me that in Maccabees. What's that? Maccabees 14. Sheesh, man. David wasn't dancing like that for the Lord. Oh, man. It's frustrating, y'all, man. Our people caught up in this, man. Him downstairs. First Maccabees 14. You know what I want?
First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat in all the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
Go back to that video real quick. Let's see. Let's see if the little mini Dyke Coke.
He had a halter top jacket.
The halter top. He got all the floral pant. Let's see if there's any warlike apparel. The heels, the hilly boots.
The hilly boots, yeah.
The hilly boots. Look at that. That boy got about 6-inch heel on there, don't he? His ankles can't breathe at all.
What's going on, man?
Amazing.
And look at the other dude moving his hips all in his. They in sync with their hips together.
Hold up.
Look at that.
Look, what is this? Well, come on.
Yeah, they serenade each other. He's shaped like a damn penguin.
Right.
He make out on them sketches, make sure his feet comfortable.
What the hell? What is that, man?
With his choker chain. He probably did a party. Yep.
Disgusting.
Your Christianity better be quiet, man.
Yeah, man.
Shut the hell up.
This is who represent y'all.
Bro, you can they can't say nothing about no Bible, nowhere, no time.
Hey, he was part of that crew that was trying to break down Lot, though.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt about it, man.
Amazing.
Sheesh. You got these lies too, man, and you got white lies out here too. You got black lies, you got these white lies. Now watch this. This is how God confound their ass, though. Play that next video. Look at this.
Live in the biggest house in the state of Louisiana.
Pause. Now that dude might have been raised by a black man because he sure is a white pimp. I'm gonna tell you that right now. His name Jesse something. Duplantis. That dude is a white pimp. I'm tell you that right now. Go ahead, play it.
One of my tax attorneys, I have the biggest house of any preacher in America. Oh, I paid cash for the home. You want to know how big it is? It's 40,000 square foot. Oh, my. The furniture inside is worth more than the house. Christmas, I walked outside the front, just walked out, and a man slammed his brakes and, Brother Jesse! I said, hello, and he threw $5,000 over the fence. The return of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Hey, pause it. That nigga was trying to get that money washed.
That's what he was doing.
He was what they call that money when they send it to him? Laundering that. Yeah. He trying to get that money washed. That's what he was doing. Wash that for me, crooked ass.
Why?
Go ahead, play that.
It's not our lack of faith. It's our lack of giving. I've had more people criticize me over that jet.
Pause it. Now watch this. Watch how God confound these wicked ass pastors that they don't read the Bible. They pull they do John 3:16 on scripts and they don't read it. Now look how God confound them in front of everybody. Play that.
They still can't get over it. Criticize me over my house. They didn't pay for it. I paid for it. But let me tell you why. That's water on a duck's back to me. And I'm going to give you a scripture. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich. When the glory of his house is increased.
He Googled it. Pause it. Pause. I want y'all to know he Googled it. He did not read that in the Bible. He Googled that. And here's the proof of it. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Pause it. He said, pull that out of the Amplified Bible. I'll tell you, this is why he Googled it. Play that.
Psalms chapter 49, if you can do that. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house
look up your face.
Well, it's Amplified says it, be not afraid when an ungodly one. His house are increased and goes on, for when he dies, he will carry nothing away.
Pause it now. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right. I don't know if it's his wife or his assistant. She threw his ass under the bus at that moment. You know how she threw him under the bus? Because she said it goes on to say,
and she read faster before he
cut off.
Yeah. There you go. That's that Deuteronomy 33.
Hey, we can play that again.
Yeah, man, play that again, man.
She read the whole scripture.
But look at this. It was only verse 16 he read, but then she said, it goes on to say she read the next verse. But go back.
She was probably scammed by him.
Hey, she lived with him, so she see the evil he do.
Yeah, she see it. Go ahead. Go back and play that video again, man. A little bit of it. Halfway through.
Is increased.
Well, it's Amplified says it, be not afraid when an ungodly one
Damn!
is made rich.
That's true.
When the wealth and glory of his house are increased, and goes on, for when he dies, he will carry nothing away.
yeah, I
His
understand.
glory will not descend after.
See,
Pause it. Now, look. He gonna try to flip it. See, yeah. See, that's talking about we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Right.
No, God got your ass. It's talking about an ungodly man. That's exactly what he is.
I think he went on to say, that's all right. Yeah, that's what it say. But, that don't. Then he tried to switch on the cover. He thought he was going to get a higher level.
Hey, let's go to the actual script. Let's read some more on that. Psalm 49, read 16 on down. Watch what it say.
Psalms chapter 49, verse 16. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away.
Now, I like to see the Amplified said, I know the context that God tried to say. I'm going to throw in ungodly man. Because the Amplified did that. The KJV didn't see it. Because that's why I said he Googled it. He thought it was good in there. The Amplified said, no, God said, I'm going to get your ass. Go ahead. Put it on the Spirit. Make him read that live on television on TBN. Now read verse 17 again.
For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him.
Keep reading.
Though while he lived, he blessed his soul.
Oh, look at my house. It's 40,000 square feet.
Go.
I got this jet. A man threw $5,000 to me over the fence.
My furniture worth more than my house.
More than a house. Yeah, that blessed his soul, right? Read on.
And men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself.
So that's what happens with these pastors where they teach on money. And that's the same thing that we saw with the black dude about not giving to the poor. You don't get nothing in return. That's because they do well to thyself. They ain't worried about doing well for nobody else. Keep reading.
He shall go to the generation of his fathers.
To the grave.
They shall never see light.
They ain't gonna never see Christ. You getting your glory right now upon the earth. Live it up, because you ain't gonna never see the light, which is Christ. Go ahead.
Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perish.
And what they don't understand, that you sold your soul to Satan to get what you got.
Right.
You didn't obey God to get true riches. You obey Satan to get what you got. Now, let's go to what is the actual truth that's out here today. Give me that next article. Read that.
Indigenous Peoples Day, where African American and Native American histories meet.
Now, scroll down some. Let's see some truth. You see them? See them folks right there? Let's read that real quick, that first paragraph. Because some of our people are gad that look like that. Read that.
Indigenous Peoples Day is more than just a switch from celebrating Columbus. Overdue recognition of Native American history, culture, and contributions.
Now, look what it says about Native American history. Read that.
This day has an even deeper layer of meaning for African Americans, because if you dig into history, you'll find plenty of moments where Black and Native American stories overlap in surprising and meaningful ways.
Well, how do they overlap with each other? Read on.
From shared struggles to cultural exchanges.
Stop right there. Shared struggles, Jeremiah 50:33. It said it overlaps in shared struggles. Jeremiah 50, verse 33. We coming back to that.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. 50 and verse 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
The children of Israel will be Native Americans. The children of Judah would be African Americans.
Were oppressed together.
We was both together. We've got shared history that overlaps. Go ahead.
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Now go back to that. Go back to that. Go back to that. Now watch this. Read the second paragraph. What is clear?
What is clear is that the relationship between African Americans and Native Americans is a long, complicated one. During the colonial era, the two groups shared only a few things.
Let's see what overlaps each other. Go ahead.
A common history of violent colonization, displacement,
slavery,
and enslavement.
And enslavement. That's proof that what? The Native Americans are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Black folk are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Because what happened? We both went into slavery on ships scattered all throughout the earth and colonialized. Read on.
One of the first people to be enslaved in America was Native Americans. And as African slavery increased and became more systematized, Native Americans were not exempt.
They went into slavery just like they brothers because we was oppressed together. Go ahead.
Many Native American tribes, in particular those living in the Southeast, adopted the habit of enslaving Africans that the Europeans introduced.
Now let's go to a book real quick before we wrap it up. Let's go to a book and let's see what the history books say. Read that.
A key into the language of America.
Now let's go into it and let's see what it says. That's the same thing right there. Now let's read some of them bullet points it got. Go down to the first.
Wise and judicious men with whom I have discoursed maintain their originals.
No, I want you to go, it says first down there.
First, others and myself have conceived some of their words to hold affinity with the Hebrew.
They talking about Native Americans. Go ahead.
Secondly, they constantly anointed their heads as the Jews did.
Damn, now see, that's the first time I ever heard that right there. Constantly anointed their heads. Go ahead.
Thirdly, they give dowries for their wives as the Jews did.
Uh-huh.
Fourthly, in which I have not so
observed.
Observed amongst other nations, as amongst the Jews in these, they constantly separate their women during the time of their monthly sickness.
That's biblical, man. Sheesh. This is the truth that we got to open our eyes to. Go ahead.
In a little house alone by themselves 4 or 5 days, and hold it an irreligious thing for either father or husband or any male to come near them.
Man, this is cold-blooded, man. This is the truth we got to open our eyes to. It's in front of us. Go ahead.
They have often asked me if it be so with women of other nations, and whether they are so separated. And for their practice, they plead nature and tradition. Yet again, I have found a greater affinity of their language with the Greek tongue. 2, as the Greeks and other nations and ourselves call the 7 stars, or Charles Wayne and the bear, so do they Mosk or Paquanawai, the bear.
You good.
Tap into it.
All right. Hey, go to that. Where you at? What you talking about? Number 3. Okay.
Number 3. They have many strange relations of one Wakik, a man that wrought great miracles amongst them and walking upon the waters.
Sound like Christ, don't it?
With some kind of broken resemblance to the Son of God.
To the Son of God. Man, that's heavy right there, man.
Didn't Deacon Nathan bring that out before?
Yeah. I forget it was they.
They saw Christ walking on the water. He came on this side, taught them, and left.
Yup. Exactly right. Go to that other book about the history of American Indians.
History of the American Indians. James Adair.
Now, Bishop just brought this out, or Deacon Ithon as well. Go ahead.
About the book. Published in London in 1775.
Go ahead.
And printed in the United States in 1930 for the first time. This is a detailed and fascinating account of the principal tribes of the Indians of the Southeast and of their countries.
Now jump down to the second paragraph for the sake of time.
Devoting the first half.
Wait a minute, go up a little bit, go up. You see where it says this descent.
This descent, Adair writes, I shall endeavor to prove from their religious rites, civil and marital customs, their marriages, funeral ceremonies, manners, language, traditions, and a variety of particulars. Devoting the first half of his book to proving this theory, he provides no less than 23 arguments that will astonish and fascinate the reader. In their common belief in Jehovah, the Indian Yahweh, Adair says they pay no religious worship to sticks or stones.
Man, that's when we was in our right mind as a people. Finish it out.
After the manner of the old Eastern pagans.
Man, that's why it says in 2nd Esdras, we came over here to serve God, to get away from it, to start over. But what happened? They went back to their old ways that they had done when they separated back in the split. Way back to the times of Dag Solomon, they reverted back to that. But they're going to come back. This is why we bringing these truth out so they can see these, because God's word don't go out void. Now, the last thing right here, the reason why we got to open our eyes, man, pull up that next article. This is what's going down here in these last days. Pull it up. Read that for us.
AOL, U.S. to deploy about 100 troops to operate advanced anti-missile system in Israel amid heightened tensions.
Y'all see what's happening? America is sending troops over to the Middle East to defend little Shaitan. Get that in Jeremiah real quick.
It ain't just
100. Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
Put a couple thousands behind that.
Yeah, you already know it. Jeremiah chapter 50, and I want you to read verse 13. Why is that happening? This is what we got to open our eyes to. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited.
He's talking about Babylon. Go ahead.
But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
Now look at this. Go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow.
All you armies that have, what do they call them? ICBM missiles. Now go back to that article and look at that tank or that missile defense system they got. Scroll down. There you go. Look at that. I know we see it look small on the image. That thing at least 15, 20 feet high, man. Maybe bigger than that. Damn. Now, what does it say? Verse 14 again?
Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
Do what?
Shoot at her.
Shoot at her. Read on.
Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord.
There you go. That's what's happening in the last days. This place sins are on this way up to heaven, and God is telling all nations, get your bows ready, get them missiles ready, and he wants you to shoot at her. And why is it going to happen? Jump back to Jeremiah chapter 49 and read verse 20. Why is all the nations going to shoot all the arrows at Babylon the Great? Verse 20.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom.
That's the white man.
And his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Israel is the smallest country in the what they call Middle East right now. But they have the most firepower out of the small countries.
Right.
What's going to happen? All of them ambassadors of them of Ishmael going to come together, rally together, and let's fight against her. They're going to draw America out, and then all them arrows is coming. That's what we got to open up our eyes to, not to those damn tight pants ass wearing and these lying ass pastors talking about if you don't give to each other and unless you get something in return. Man, don't wait them damn lies and open up your eyes.
Right.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word